You know you've been sitting on a gold mine and you didn't even know it? Every conversation in your messenger inbox, every lead, every client, every prospect you've ever talked to is untapped sales intelligence. Message Exporter pulls all of it out at once. All right, so all I have to do, I'm gonna go in and actually just kind of show you how this works. You just watch how I open up a conversation and I'm gonna hit export. I can just go in and actually hit export and it will go in and it will go in and export the conversation within seconds. Within seconds, it will go in and actually export this conversation. It will get the entire conversation that we've actually had. Then it will go in and actually run an analysis on this conversation. Then it will go in and actually run analysis on this conversation and give me AI intelligence on this individual conversation. As you can see, it will give me all the intelligence that I need. Let me just remove this now so you can actually see what's going on here. All right, so it will give me the message count, how many messages I sent, how many messages I received, how long this conversation has been going on. It will show us the message balance. If you guys are into Zig Ziglar and you know anything about sales, it will give me the buyer personality so I can understand that within medium confidence, we know that this person is a lamb. So we kind of know how to sell to this person, right? It will give me their psychological profile. It will allow me to go in and actually create a follow-up plan. It's going to give me a summary of this person. It's going to give me a lead bio. All right. Now, if I actually want, I can save this. I can go to my dashboard, I can see this person here. If I want to enrich the lead data, I can go in and actually enrich the lead data. And if I enrich the lead data, what it's gonna do is it's gonna open up this lead and we're gonna go grab information from their profile and we're gonna get even more information about this lead, all right? We're gonna actually understand what we're gonna literally get their cover photo, we're gonna get their profile image. We're gonna get all their about us information. We're gonna look through their post and try to collect some data from their post to get additional insights and additional intelligence. So now my intelligence on this lead isn't gonna be limited. It's not gonna be limited to the conversations that we've had, right? That's one aspect of the intelligence. Now you can see you can see here the profile enrichments that we actually have got. We've got their interest, we've got their banner. It literally tells you what their banner is, right? So we go in and we get this enriched data. Now we have even more information about this lead. So we have our entire conversation history here saved. Now we have our entire conversation history saved. We've enriched this lead and got even more additional information by going out and looking at their Facebook profile, seeing what they put in their bio, what they put in their banner image, what their profile picture is like, because we can actually get some additional information. Maybe they have a dog in their profile picture. We know they're a dog lover. Maybe they're holding hands with their kid. We know they're a parent, right? Or we can make these assumptions and we can use this to help us with our sales. Right? We can see what type of buyer profile this person is. We can see this person is a lamb. Like I said, we can see the first time we messaged them, the last time we messaged them, how long this conversation has actually been going on. We can see the total amount of messages, how many have I sent, how many have I actually received. We can go in and actually look at the analysis and we can see a summary. We can see a lead bio. We can see the message balance. We can see the type of relationship that we actually have. I can see that they need nurturing, that they're just an acquaintance right now. Their lead score is a 4 out of 10. They are a lamb in terms of their buyer profile, so how they're actually likely to buy. We can see the sales potential here, what the sales potential is. We can see key topics we've actually talked about. We can see questions and answers that have actually been there. We can see any objections and frictions that have actually been there. We can see any notable moments. If there's any type of testimonials, so some of you guys, I know you've been using Facebook Messenger to service your clients, and you have so much untapped testimonials and social proof inside your Messenger inbox. This will find all those testimonials for you and help you get that social proof. We've got actionable insights. We've got our next steps. We've got a re-engagement strategy. We've got the psychological profile of this person. We've got their buyer profile, including how should we sell to them, right? We've got the potential messages to send. We've got our re-engagement strategy. We've got a chat where we can actually just have a contextual chat based on the AI analysis and all the conversation history that we've had. We can just actually now ask the AI information in context to this person, and the AI will give us that information, all right? And this is actually just for one person. Now we can actually come over to our list, and you can see here in our list, we've already exported 771 contacts, all right? We can sort by our bulls. Who are all our bulls? We can sort just not by our bulls, but we can search by our messages, all right? How many of our friends are bulls that we've had these many messages with, right? So you can get all these types of analytics and data. You can see all the people that you've synced, all right? I'm going to show you how to sync. It's really easy. What we're going to do is we're just going to go to Messenger. And I showed you already how we can just go to Messenger and we can just click on export for a specific person. So if we want to go, we can just go to a specific person. This is my gym buddy. You can see he's already saved here. So we can already see he's saved. So we already actually have his information. But if we want to export him again, we can just click export. However, if we want to go full on autopilot, if we want to go to sleep, and we've got thousands and thousands of Messenger conversations and we just want to export all of them, all we got to do is click this autopilot mode right here, and you can see in autopilot mode what is happening. It is just going to now go through our conversations. Right now it's just finding all the conversations. These conversations have already been synced, so it's just skipping over them because we've already synced them. They're already every one of these conversations, and every one of these conversations you would find already inside here, inside our dashboard. We would find all of those conversations, right? We can see we've already synced 756 conversations. We've got 28,000 messages, 15,000 messages that I sent, 12,000 messages that they actually sent, right? I can look through all the conversations. We've got some additional AI insights that's going to give us key patterns in our messages. It's going to give us sales and business insights. We're going to get lead pipeline overview to know where our actual leads are at. We're going to get communication gaps. What are the gaps in our actual communication? We're going to get, now we've got a lot of information here. We've got a lot of information here because we've been syncing a lot of people, right? We've got our communication gaps that we can find. This is going to actually help us. This is going to help us with our process. We have our process improvements. How can we actually improve our process? What's messed up inside our process? This is actually just blinking because I'm running this and we're getting more data as we speak. We got our knowledge base and our AI cloner trainer. This is going to actually help us if we want to set up an autoresponder where we already have our knowledge base set up. All right, we have our winning conversation templates so that we can figure out, hey, what has worked for us, what hasn't worked for us. We have our objection library, so we have what our objection library, so we know what our actual objections are. We have our audience pain and desire map, so we know what the pain and desires of our audience is based on the conversations that we're actually having. We have our competitor analysis so that we know what competitors people are looking at. If people are talking about, hey, do you have this feature because this software does, or do you do this because this coach does that? All right. We have our key patterns. We've got so much data here. We're going to actually be able to we're going to be able to go through in our AI insights, and then we have all the individual information. And remember, here in the AI Insights, we also have a chat where we can just actually chat with AI. If we don't want to read all this and there's too much insights, because there are going to be so many insights. There's going to be so many insights, especially because we're still going in and we're looking for conversations right now. We're looking for conversations right now. It's going in, it's finding, as you can see, it's finding all our conversations. It is skipping them. It is skipping them because we've already imported these conversations. All right. But again, like I said, these AI insights, you can go in and you have a chat where you can just you have a chat where you can just go in and chat if you need any questions. You know, what's my most common objection to people signing up for Friender? So you can just go in and actually ask the AI. Right now I just got an API error, and that's just because it's in the middle of exporting and analyzing other people. So just don't use this interface while you're doing this. All right. I will fix the API error though, because we should be able to actually do this. All right. So right now it's just finding people that we don't have any messages with. All right, and it will actually be skipping those people. But it's going to be importing what I do is I just let this run while I'm sleeping. So I just let this run while I'm sleeping, and then while I'm sleeping, hey, it's going to fill up your pipeline, and then you're going to be able to see, hey, you want to find your warm leads? Hey, here are all your warm leads. Look what it found. It found all of these actual warm leads. It found testimonials. You want to find people that have testimonials. It can even detect emails in the conversations. If people have actually dropped in their email and the conversation, and maybe you haven't actually found them, it can easily go in and actually find them for you. All right. So this is in a nutshell what Message Exporter is going to. Do. It is going to go in. It's going to export all your messages. Now you can just export the data yourself, and you can put it in your own AI if you want to build your own knowledge base. You can just export the data, or if you want, you can just let us do it for you. You can process everything. You can analyze everything right whenever you're doing it right inside Message Exporter. All right. So you saw how easy it was. I just opened a conversation and hit export, and within seconds I have the entire message history. Then I hit analyze, and the AI goes to work. You can set it up inside your settings. You can set it up here inside your settings like I do. I have it set to auto analyze after export, to auto save the people after I analyze them. And then I don't have it set up to auto enrich the profiles, but I showed you how that profile enrichment works, right? Where we're just going to go in, we're going to open up their Facebook profile, and we're going to get their bio, we're going to get their about us information, we're going to get their relationship status, we're going to get where they live at, we're going to get where they were born, where they went to school at, all the data that they put on Facebook that could help us, one, run psychological evaluations on them to understand what type of a buyer that they are, so that we know how we should actually sell to them, right? And it's also going to allow us to get relevant data, so that if we need to break the ice to re-engage with them, to reactivate them, if we want to list specific information and sell to them specifically instead of just generically, we're going to have all this additional enriched data. We're going to have all this additional enriched data that we can actually use for our sales process. This is, if you use the autopilot mode, this is just basically set it and forget it. And as you can see, it's just going to run. I've been running it so much, so what you're seeing is it's just skipping. It's just skipping people because we have already exported those people. Now you can see it found somebody. It's going through all our messages. It's just scrolling through all our messages. Now it's analyzing that person. It found 19 messages. It's analyzing that person. Now it's going to analyze them automatically. It found that they're an owl, lead score 4 out of 10, 19 messages, 1 testimonial. Now it's on to the next person, right? Now it's analyzing the next person, exporting. Again, this is all autopilot. This is all autopilot. I'm hands-free. I'm hands-free, and he's just going, right? I'm hands-free, and he's just going. All I have to do is, and I can continue to work someplace else. I can continue to work and do my work. This is just going to be running in the background. I can continue to work. and be doing my outreach and everything. And this is going to run in the background. This is going to give you so much intelligence, especially if you're somebody like me and you sell on Facebook in Messenger and you've been using Messenger for a while and you want to get insights on where are gaps in your communication process, where are gaps in your sales process. Do you want marketing assets and materials that's going to actually help you build your funnels and write your emails, knowing what the pain points are, knowing what the desires are, knowing what the common questions are and the common objections are, and building a huge library of those on autopilot that then will actually help you make your emails, make your marketing material, make everything you actually need to sell more of your products and services. This software will easily help you do all of that. So that is what Message Exporter does in a nutshell. In a nutshell, what the software does is it helps you. It helps you. You know, your Messenger inbox is literally a gold mine of leads and opportunity, and this is the pick that lets you get that gold out, right? So now you know. You can go ahead and just scroll down. You can sign up. We have monthly and yearly options. Very, very affordable. And this is going to give you a positive ROI if you're selling on Facebook, probably in the very first day, because it's going to identify your warmest leads and how to sell directly to them.